All right. Welcome, Chicos. Hope you're doing well today. So we're here in Puerto Morelos live, or I am. I don't know where you're watching from, but wherever you are, drop it in the comments. That would be great. Always good to know where everybody's watching from. Interesting to learn about all of my new friends. Let me clean my glasses here. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing these lives a little bit more often. So, back on today, my friend. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a fabulous Friday wherever you're watching from. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Got to get that out of the way. I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't say that at least once. I got something in my eye here. My eyelashes like it's tickling me there. All right. So just a little update. What's going on? What's new? What's exciting? Hope you can hear me well. So we just got back from the pool. Today was a pool day today. We worked at home most of the afternoon and morning. Still doing the 1 meal a day thing. So I only ate once today and we just finished our supper. We had steak with a stir-fried rice, cooking like we're at home in Canada. So the thin Mexican steaks, a couple days ago, we had some nice ribeye. They weren't quite that big, about like that. They were absolutely amazing from the Yucatan. So today we just had some cheaper quality steak. They were pretty good though, seasoned up nice, and used my new electric frying pan to fry up my stir-fried rice. So sauteed some vegetables and leftover rice in there. It was good. So Jennifer had her smoothie this morning. I cut up her pineapple for her fresh pineapple. I got to get a knife sharpener though. Like I got a honer, but my knives are so far gone. I need a stone or a good knife sharpener. So yeah, that's on the next thing to buy when I'm rich and famous, or at least can afford one. I don't need to. They're not expensive, but we just don't want to buy a bunch of crap right now. So we'll hold tough for a bit. Less junk in our life. So, but I do need one. Even like I said, just a stone would be okay. So I wanted to talk about the crap that's going on online here about people saying, "Oh, the cartels put out a warning. They're going to go around and shoot all the Americans." Blah blah blah. And people are losing. Some people, not everybody, but some people are losing their mind over it. And people have booked flights, booked resorts, booked rooms. They plan on coming here, or they want to come here, or they're already booked, and now they're second guessing their decision to come to Mexico because of this garbage that's floating around on the internet. So I've never experienced anything or have seen anything that indicates that that's happening. So, I mean, I'm not going to say 1,000% that it's not true, but I'm pretty sure it's just BS. So you can take it for what it is. You know how online stuff goes. You can't believe over half of it is all lies. So I've not seen nor heard anything like that happening anywhere. So as far as I'm concerned, it's 99.9% chance it's just BS and somebody just trying to spread fear. So don't want you leaving your bubble. So yeah, and I've seen a lot of talk about it lately, as I'm sure you guys have. You're obviously you're keeping up on Mexico stuff, right? Or you wouldn't be here. So yeah, it's sad that that's being said and that's out there, but what do you do? That's life, right? So take the good with the bad, and hopefully there's more good than bad. So I know for us here, there's more good than bad. So excuse me, sorry about that. And something in my throat there. Still getting rid of that Oaxaca smog or smoke. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Is I think it's pretty much BS, and I've never witnessed or seen anything to that effect going on. So other than those stupid videos that are floating around, and there's a few of them now. Started off with just one, and then I think it just kind of escalated, and people jump on the bandwagon for clicks, clickbait type videos. So, and some people talking about it's just clickbait things. So, it's good to get it out there, though. People that are here living in Mexico, what we think, what our opinion is for sure. And it's just an opinion, obviously. I don't know all the facts, that's for sure. And I don't claim to. But from what I've witnessed and seen in the last little while since those have surfaced, I'm not worried. I'm still going to live my life normally, drive my car wherever I want to go and do things that I normally do and not live in a bubble. And just get out and live my life like I have been for the past 4 years here, and not live my life in fear. I refuse to live my life in fear. It's okay to be cautious, you have to be cautious no matter where you live, right? So you got to be cautious in Canada, in Vancouver, Edmonton, Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. You got to be cautious no matter where you live. You got to be cautious. So as long as you're not doing anything illegal or involved in any illegal activities, chances are you're going to be just fine. So there's bad apples everywhere, all over the world. So, like we all know. So just try to be a decent human being and live your life honestly, and don't do stupid crap, and be cautious. Don't walk around carrying a whole bunch of money or flashing, a whole bunch of money, and so just be cautious. And like you see a lot of pickpocketing and stuff like that, even, and people stealing purses and stuff. Like Jennifer has her bag, which she wears in front of her, which I highly recommend. And that's normal travel stuff, even if you're traveling in Europe, USA, Canada, China, Asia, wherever you are. You take the necessary precautions when you're traveling, right? Like stuff like that. Don't flash big wads of bills. Don't advertise you're walking around with thousands of dollars on you, right? You just don't advertise that anywhere, no matter where you are. So you just continue on and take those precautions wherever you are, right? And like I said, the purse, don't just have your purse slung over your shoulder, right? Don't throw it on the back of your chair when you're in a restaurant. Those type of things, common sense stuff that we should all know and be aware of, right? So Jen always carries she's got one of those ones that it's worn in the front, right? So no one's going to get at it, type thing. So you just take precautions wherever you are, those type of things. And that's stuff that we should all be doing no matter where we're traveling to, whether, like I said, whether it be Europe, Canada, wherever, everywhere. So, hey, Caesar Time, welcome. Hope you can hear me okay. Just rambling on here. Glad you hopped on. So if you want to rewind and check out what I was babbling about there the first couple minutes, I just got on, just started to live, 8 minutes ago. So yeah, just common sense stuff, right? So, and I think most of us, we don't have to be told. We already know this stuff, right? Most people do. Anybody who's a seasoned traveler, who's been traveling around, even a little bit, you do your research, we know all this stuff already, right? So it's nice to get a reminder, though. Even we make mistakes still, we're like, God, we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And we still make mistakes, absolutely. So we just try not to make mistakes. That's all. That's all we can do, right? So yeah, I was just saying, we just went to the pool, and yesterday we didn't really do too much. We didn't even go. I went for a bike ride yesterday. It rained a little bit yesterday, so we didn't go to the pool at all. So it was one day when we didn't go to the pool. But I went for a good bike ride yesterday. I went down to the beach, and I don't know, I just wanted some alone time. So I just went and sat by the ocean for about a half an hour. I went to like 3 or 4 different locations down there, rode my e-bike down there and sat and stared at the waves. And, just a little bit of quality alone time with, out watching the waves roll in type thing, right? No music, no nothing, just listening to the waves. It was pretty quiet down there. So it was nice, and I really enjoyed it. It's nice to get away, and I really enjoy that. Like back home, I'd go out, for a walk or out in the country. Jennifer and I would go out, we'd go hiking quite a bit, Jennifer and I, or even just go down to the park. Whenever we were walking to Cece, we had a nice park by where we lived. a nice big park with nice walking trails. We'd go down there and, get out in nature, see the ducks, in the summertime, and the geese and whatnot. There was a couple man-made lakes there. So yeah, we like doing stuff like that, and it's good for my mental health as well. Never mind my physical health. So I got good physical health biking there. And again, I didn't use I used my E assist, but I pedaled all the way there. I didn't use the throttle at all. And then when I get on the straight stretches, I just give it really fast, so I can try to get some cardio built up. So yeah, you probably are safer here than Canada, especially if you're in a big city, especially like Vancouver, Toronto, Edmonton. Any of those places, Saskatoon. Any of those big cities, definitely safer here. So yeah, it was nice. I had a great day. I was probably gone for a couple hours down there. I went by the square and like I said, sat and watched the waves roll in, and I biked down the shoreline a little bit, went into another entrada, sat there for a bit. So entrada just means entrance. So they say that for the entrance of the beach, they call it the entrada. I went down there, sat there for a bit, and went further down and sat there for a little bit. I watched the people walking around, and wasn't too many people on the beach, though. There was a couple, but not too many. It was pretty quiet, and the beach didn't look that bad yesterday. Not bad at all. So there was a little bit of brown, but it wasn't terrible. So yeah, it was nice. Hopefully it clears up. Seems to be getting clearer. I think when it rains and that, it's going to be a little bit murky for a little bit, and then it's going to clear up. So, but we'll see how it goes. We'll keep you posted. So we're going to go down there tomorrow. We're going to go to the beach, Jennifer and I, and have some breakfast down there. We're going to ride our bikes down there tomorrow. So should be fun. Ride our bikes there in the morning and hang around there for a while. Then we're going to do some grocery shopping on our way back. Stop at the market. I don't think we have to go to the grocery store, but we're going to stop at the market for sure. So we got to pick up some meat. We got to pick up some fruits and vegetables, all that fun stuff. Happy days. Not going to buy any steak right now for a while. I think I'm going to cut back on my good quality steak. It's just getting a little bit expensive right now. So we're going to try to keep our budget low for a few months here. We got some stuff going on in December. We got to do a little bit of traveling. So we're just going to try to keep our monthly budget low. We'll see how it goes. Wish us luck. Wish us luck. We might need it. We'll see how it goes, though. So what's going on with everybody out there? I can't remember. You're watching from Ontario, I do believe, Caesar time, if I'm not mistaken. Drop it in the comments where you're watching from. I got a good memory. It's just short, that's all. Yeah, let me know where everybody's watching from. I'm pretty sure you said you're in Ontario, though, if I do remember correctly. Like I said, I do have a terrible memory, though. So I seem to get a lot of Canadians on the live stream. A few Americans, not too many. We're welcome for everybody and anybody, no matter where you're watching from. Hop on, don't be shy. Yeah, so what else? What else is going on since the last time I did my live? I think I did a live just 3 days ago. We're going to do a video chat later on with our friends here in Huatulco. I'll do that later on. So they moved from the USA to Huatulco. So looking forward to that. We're going to do that after I get off this live. We did a video with them. If you want to go check it out. We interviewed them when we were taking them back to the airport. They came for a visit to Huatulco, and then they went back home, and we picked them. We drove them to the airport. Yeah, we never picked them up because we never met them till after they came and met us. And we drove them to the airport. So we did an interview with them when we drove them to the airport. Very, very nice couple anyway. Very nice people. We spent a lot of time with them when they were there. So we had a great time hanging out with them. Great time. So yeah, that's going on there, and that's really about it, I guess. Just wanted to get that off my chest about the whole the threat on the Americans. So as a Canadian, I don't worry about it, but I made a couple of comments on Facebook there because I'm just seeing more and more of that anyway on Facebook and all these Mexico groups that I'm on. So I'm on quite a few of them all over Mexico here. Well, all the areas that we've lived in, and I'm seeing it more and more. These comments about that, and then people sharing that video and then commenting about it, and it just seems to be circulating more and more and more. So I just wanted to chime in and give my opinion on that. So, and then talk about what was going on. So we did go to, like I said, we went to the pool today. It wasn't too many people there, but there was some new people kicking around that we noticed. Probably about 6, 7 new people. So I think it's going to just start getting busier and busier now. Yeah, even here in this little gated community we're living in. So I think we're just going to see more and more people start coming and coming as the months go on here. And then probably by early spring, I'd say it's going to start clearing out again. So very typical. So we've noticed that as long as we've been here. So it's busy in the summertime at the beach with all the locals. And in the wintertime, it gets busy with the snowbirds, and then the vacationers and snowbirds. And then you got that lull in the spring and the fall where there's not very many people. So probably about, I would guess, probably close to 4 to 5 months in total where it's pretty quiet, because spring break, it can get busy too, but you still have a good couple months in the spring and at least 2 months, maybe 3 in the fall, where you have a lull. So, and that's what we've noticed in the 4 years that we've lived here. And it seems to be that way, especially at the beach towns. You really notice it at the beach towns, how it gets, busier, like I said, in the summer, and then in the winter, and then at Easter. Easter is really big here. Like, people are traveling. A lot of people are holidaying at Easter time, right? So if you want to come for vacation and have it not very busy, I would suggest you come, early fall, like now, or excuse me, or a month ago, you know. So September, early September, it's going to be quiet. And then if you can't come in September and you want it to be quiet, but you can come in the springtime, then probably like April, May, maybe May would be a good month, or even June. I know in Progresso in June it was pretty quiet. They didn't start getting busy until summer holidays. So May and June if you want to travel then, but then you risk the sargassum if you come then, and the weather is going to be hotter. You're getting closer to summer, so it's going to be definitely hotter. So, but if you want to beat the crowds, that's the time to travel, that's for sure. If the other things don't really bother you too much, then, So I have been applying for work online now. I've been looking for just something part-time just to make a little extra money here. Help Jennifer out so she don't have to work as much. So been doing that. Haven't had much success yet, but I just started the other day. So I just reactivated my LinkedIn account and started looking for online jobs. There's a lot of them out there, but there's a lot of people applying for them too. So, it's flooded with jobs, but it's also flooded with people applying. Like, it'll tell you on LinkedIn how many people have applied, and like some of the jobs, like 100 people, 200 people. Everybody wants to work remote now, right? Nobody wants to go into an office and work anymore or drive anywhere. Everyone wants to work at home. So people are trying to, find those jobs themselves. So, but I did see a big market for a video editing job. There seemed to be quite a few of those out there. And I mean, there was other ones too, like data entry and that low pay, but again, flooded with people applying for them, right? So if you have no experience doing that, it's going to be harder. Like me, I have no experience doing that, and I have no experience working as a video editor other than doing it myself. So getting your foot in the door is going to be, the issue. So, but I have faith that over time, keep applying, right? I'm going to pick up something eventually. So it might take a few months, but I'll just keep applying, just keep plugging away. And I think eventually I'll pick something up. So I'm not too worried about it, but it'd be nice to find something sooner than later. But if it takes a couple months, then it takes a couple months. It is what it is. So no worries. I don't want to work full time. I just want to work something casual, part time, maybe 30 hours a week maximum. I still want to be able to live life, 20 hours, 20 to 30 hours a week would be actually just perfect for me anyway. So yeah, like I said, it's been pretty quiet here, even at our little compound that we're living in here, and over at the beach, it was quiet. There's supposed to be like a food market going on tomorrow. We're gonna go check that out in the evening. Maybe I'll try to make a video of it. We'll see how it goes, but that's supposed to be going on tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we're gonna go down to the beach, and I think the restaurant opens at 10. We'll go down there around 9:30. We're just gonna ride our bikes there, and then we'll oh, talking too much. So we're just going to ride our bikes there around 9:30, and then we'll take the car down there in the evening around 5 o'clock. So we'll see how that goes. I don't imagine it's going to be too busy because it's still off season. It's just starting to get, people are just starting to come a little bit now. Like I said, it's still pretty much off season. But we're getting close to the end of October here, so we're kind of right in the starting point of people coming. So come November, a couple more weeks will be full blown. They'll be coming hard in November and December for sure. I know a lot of people don't come until December, but there is a few that do come in November as well. So, but yeah, we'll head down there around 5 and see what's going on. So Puerto Morelos is pretty small. It's not a very, it's a small little town. It's not a big town. Like it's pretty tiny. I'm not even sure the population of it. Yeah, oh, sorry. I know it's pretty small. But anyway, I'm just going to have a quick look here and see. Sometimes these aren't very accurate because they're not up to date. Yeah, it says it's 20. Well, that was 2020. So I'm going to say it's around 28,000. It said in 2020 it was 26, 20 or 27. So maybe 30 tops, I would say. They just did the census now, so the new one will be coming out because they were at our house here the other day, census. So, but it looks like the most current one is 2020, and it says basically 27,000. So I'm going to say around 30,000 people. So it's pretty small, roughly, And then obviously it gets busier in the summer or in the winter with the snowbirds coming. There'll be a few more thousand people then, but yeah, it's pretty small little town, right? Especially compared to Cancun or Playa del Carmen. It's a very sleepy little town. Like the downtown area is pretty small. So we're going to start dropping videos here right away. That was my last video that I dropped today, my friend, of Oaxaca. So I just have my biking videos left. That was right after we had just put little Cece to sleep there. So he went up to heaven. So that was shortly after that, like just a few days, I think 3-4 days or something. So not even a couple days. So that was my last video for Oaxaca, and then yeah, we'll start on the travel videos now. So I'll do the travel videos will be next. So I want to do like a video, our road trip from all the way from Oaxaca to Merida, and then from Merida to here. So we'll get going on those, and then yeah, that's it. When the travel videos are done to here, then yeah, we'll be on with the rental tours. So it'll be the travel videos next, and rental tours, and then we'll be into the exploring. I think I got a couple exploring videos in there too with the property tours, because we looked at a lot of properties when we first got here. Like we saw quite a few rentals. I want to say at least 8 or 9 rentals we saw over in Cancun. Between Cancun and here and Playa del Carmen, we saw at least 8 or 9 rentals. So those will be coming up soon with the prices and all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks for hopping on with me, my friend. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you're watching from. Totally appreciate it. A pretty quiet day. Pretty early though. I got on early today. So like I say, we want to do our call with our friends in Huachuco, so I don't want to miss out on that. And Jennifer's slaving away in the living room there, I do believe, on her computer, or could just be playing on her tablet. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Any concerns? Are you concerned about the news of the cartel going after all the Americans, or any other questions? Don't be shy. Blurt them out. Don't be shy, my friend. We are an open book here, and we're here to help people at no charge, all for free. We don't do the paid shit. I don't want to be an infomercial. Oh, she's getting warm though. I might have to put the AC on actually. I just got the dry on right now. So, like I said, we've only been running the dry on the AC unit. I just find the AC is not good for you, but it is getting hot today for some reason. Hotter than normal. Maybe it's the humidity. We've had a fair bit of rain here in the last little while, so I don't think it rained today at all, though. No, we didn't get any rain today. No, they were calling for rain at around, it clouded up pretty good. Like we went to the pool, and our friends were in the pool. There's 2 other couples that we hang out with in the pool all the time. They were there. And then a few new people that were off to the side. And then all the picket ballers, they came around 4 o'clock, I want to say, when it started to cool off a bit. But it clouded up pretty good. Like the sun was kind of poking in and out a couple of times, but it was cloudy pretty much the whole time. So after that, we're just like, okay, I don't think the sun's going to come out too much more. So it's already 4:30. So I don't know. I think we were down there for about 2 hours, just about good hour and a half anyway. And then yeah, we're like, let's head back. So we just decided to come back around 4:30. Come back at 4:30. Started supper by 5. So we're all fed up now. So and right now it's 27 Celsius. Oh no, sorry, 28. Yeah, 28 Celsius. Yeah, it only got up to 29 today, 29, 30 Celsius. It's 28 right now. Feels like 29, it says. The real feels 29. Tomorrow is going to be 30. Oh, see, they changed it already. There was supposed to be no rain tomorrow. Now they're calling for rain, but whether it happens or not, who knows. Around 12, well, we'll see. We'll see. It was calling for rain today, and it never did happen. And only 24% chance. So then it just goes up to 45. Yeah, 45 is the maximum, so might not even rain. We'll see. Hopefully we don't get too much rain. I don't want to really be riding my e-bikes out in the rain, so it says not to get them too wet, so yeah, we'll keep this live short today, my friend. Thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it. Just short and sweet today. Casual Friday. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend that's coming up. I think Sunday, I don't think we really have any plans for Sunday. I know tomorrow we got that, and then we're going to watch Tulsa King. Tulsa King just come back on, so we started watching that. We watched an episode last night. I think it might have been on for a while. I don't know, but we watched an episode of it last night anyway. Started the new season. I'll probably watch one episode tonight after our call with our friends. I don't think, Sunday, I don't think we have anything planned. Probably go for a bike ride. We'll go back down to the beach. Then we'll just go for a coffee on Sunday or something. We'll definitely go for a bike ride, though. That's for sure. We're really loving the mountain bikes quite a bit. So I've got over 100 kilometers on my bike already. So I've been riding it a fair bit. I didn't go out in it today, though. It was just we were busy all day. So, and then, like I said, I went to the pool. So, casual Friday morning. I was playing on my computer and applying for jobs and then whatnot, doing social media stuff. I had to finish up that video today, actually. I worked on that for a few hours. I started on it last night, but it was getting late and I was getting tired. So I was like, I'm almost done. I'll just shut her down. So, I know. I think I worked on it till about 7, 8 o'clock or something. Yeah, around 7 or 8. And then we watched that one episode of Tulsa King. So I had to charge my hearing aids. I got them all charged up now. Usually I watch it with the subtitles on, so if I can't hear it, I can at least read it. So I had my hearing aids, but only one of them was charged. I don't know why, but one seems to hold the charge and the other one doesn't. Not as well anyway. One will be dead and the other one's still got a charge in it. So that's really the only time I wear them is when I'm watching TV. So I got these little suckers here. Got their own little charging case. They work well though. They're nothing fancy. They're not Bluetooth or anything like that. Just basic hearing aids. Kind of the mid-range ones. I think I got them from Costco, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they come from Costco. So, but they do work well when I have them charged. Just have to remember to charge them. I said only one was going yesterday, so I just watched the show with the one in. It did help quite a bit. So yeah, what else is going on? I think that's really about it. I said I just did a live a couple days ago, so I'm probably going to try to log on at least 2 times a week and do these lives. So maybe Friday is not the best day to do it. Maybe Saturday is better. I can't remember the last time I did it, what day of the week it was when I did. I did it on the weekend, but I can't remember if it was a Saturday or Friday or what it was. I think it was actually a Sunday, to be honest with you now. Yeah, it might have been on a Sunday, maybe. I don't know. It don't matter. No, but I'm going to definitely do them at least 2 times a week. Get on and do these live streams from home. I enjoy doing them, and I enjoy you guys being here yakking with me. Even if Caesar Time's the only one who had anything to say today. I have no shortage of words, not usually. Oh, I still got to do my oil change yet, too. I think I talked about that last time. I never did phone the guy, but I haven't driven my car since our trip to Merida. So, and I don't plan on driving it other than a short little drive to the beach, but that's only 15 minutes away. So yeah, I should phone that guy tomorrow, make an appointment for Monday though, so I can get that oil change done, get it serviced up, get the wrench off, and I'll let you know what he charges me for that, for the oil change. Like I said, it was only 1,400 pesos or whatever it was for the brake, so it was pretty cheap. So I don't imagine his oil change is going to be too expensive. Probably, if I don't know, I'm going to guess 800 to 1,000 pesos, maybe less. Probably less. Probably 600 to 800 pesos for an oil change. Yeah, I don't imagine it's going to be very much. If the brakes were 1,400, it is synthetic oil though, so I mean it'll be a little bit more money, but it shouldn't be too terribly much. I don't imagine that car has a very big oil tank in it. It's only a three-cylinder car, so I imagine the oil tank is pretty small in a three-cylinder car. I would think so anyway. Yeah, that, and I got to get him to fix my trunk since he didn't do it last time. So I'm going to put that in there when I message him. I was going to do it today, but I forgot about it. Got sidetracked going to the pool. So we go to the pool, like say, almost every day unless it's raining. We got these little floaties that our friends, well, not our friend, but this lady gave them to us anyway. We were going to buy them, and they were staying at the resort in Huachuco, and she was selling them online. And yeah, Jen went to buy them. I think she was asking $20 for the two of them. And Jen went there and started talking to her and whatnot. And they got yakking. And she's like, "Oh, you can just take them." And one of them was brand new, not even open. So it's got two floaties on the side, so like your armrest, and it's got one in the back for your back. So you can either use it as a chair, and then it's got the mesh seating, and then mesh on the arms. And then, yeah, so you can sit in it or you can kind of lay back in it with your feet floating up. So they're quite comfortable, and we use them quite a bit. We've gotten a lot of use out of them. We really like them. I took it to the beach last time, and I made sure I washed it really good before I took it to the pool. So I just brought it in the shower with me and soaped it down really good and sprayed it off with hot water. So get any beach crap off of it. So, but yeah, they work really well. We're really enjoying them. So we use them every time we go to the pool. We take them with us now, and then down to the beach we've taken them. So they're nice to float around in. So I used my snorkel the last time I was at the beach too. I was snorkeling, which was nice. So we go again tomorrow. I'll take my snorkel. We're not going to bring all of our stuff because we're just going to go on the bike. So we'll just take our towels and our water shoes, snorkel, and goggles. That'll be about it. So whatever we can haul on the bikes, which isn't much. No chairs, no umbrella, no nothing like that. We're actually going to go to a beach club. My Paradise Beach Club, it's called. So that's where we were with Nathan and his son Elijah. So we're going to go back there. It was pretty reasonably priced. So, and it's right on the beach, and the girl was really friendly. They didn't sneak in any extra charges. So we like to support businesses like that don't tack on the tip or anything. We're tippers, so we'll tip at our own free will, though I don't need to be told what to tip or how much to tip. So, and it's actually illegal to do that. So here in Mexico, they're not supposed to be doing it, but they try to do it anyway. So, and we notice in these beach towns, they like to do it. So you really, not every place, but you really got to watch and make sure you're not double tipping. Usually they're pretty good though. Like they'll tell you, "Oh, the tip is here. We've added it in for you. Here's how much we think you should give us." And usually they undercut themselves. They usually only add 10%, whereas you're going to tip normally 15 or 20%, depending on the service, right? Or more, depending on the service, but they'll add in 10%. That's what we've noticed anyway. They always seem to just add a little bit, like not a lot. But if you don't notice it, if you don't catch it, and then you're going to throw a tip on top of it, if you just look at the total and then pay the bill, like some people do without actually reading it, So, and then you'll be double tipping. So, got to watch out for that in these beach towns. We've been burned before. That happened and we know about it. I mean, we've known about it for a long time. But that happened in Veracruz. We went to a restaurant there, and we were dining out at the beach, and it was a beach restaurant in Veracruz, in the port side. So we were at the beach and the Gulf of Mexico, and yeah, we just totally never even thought. Jen got busy with the dog, and there was stuff going on. They get Cece or something, and yeah, whatever it was, we got distracted, and we didn't look over the bill very well. She just paid it, and then when we walked away, I didn't even look because Jen takes care of all that. She paid the bill, and then when we got out of the restaurant, she's like, "Oh, I think there was a tip on the bill." Ah, there was, or we had the receipt or something. Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it was. We had the receipt, and the tip was on the bill, and we paid and we tipped, so we double tipped. So ever since that incident, we're very adamant to make sure we check the bill at the beach towns. You don't see it so much in like Mexico City or inland. It's only at the beach towns where we've really noticed it. At these touristy beach towns. But even, I mean, Veracruz is not a real tourist hotspot, but it's just a beach town. Like it's touristy, I guess, for locals. But I mean, Canadians and Americans aren't going to Veracruz to go to the beach. It's just not known for its beach. You know, so I mean, they will see a few there, but yeah, it's mostly local tourists. But yeah, so you really got to watch for that when you're at these beach towns. So. So anyway, yeah, just be aware of that if you're out dining out and off the resort. I read a comment today on Facebook, and I can't remember if it was a woman or a man or whatever, but they were asking about that whole cartel thing in that video, those videos that are floating around, and they said, "Oh, we don't probably won't go off the resort. We'll probably they want to, maybe if they go to an excursion, that'll be it. That'll be the only time they go off the resort if they go on an excursion, you know. So I teach their own. We always like getting off the resort, Jennifer and I. We never had no problem when we used to holiday here. We'd get off the resort all the time. We'd go wander around and take a collectivo or taxi or walk or whatever, you know, and go into town wherever we were, Cancun or Playa del Carmen or here in Puerto Morelos, and walk around, or, go try a different restaurant, you know. So anyway, guys, I've been rambling on here for a while. It's pretty quiet tonight, so I'm going to log off. It's too quiet for me. It's almost 45 minutes, so God bless everybody out there. Peace on earth. As always, be kind to one another. Adios. Hasta luego. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Enjoy your weekend. Peace. Thanks for hopping on, my friend. Truly appreciate it. God bless.